have been in North Africa for just over 2 weeks, and while it's amazing, honestly, Morocco hasn't made it easy. There are certain limitations being a solo female traveler and the kind of catcallings done by males.
Has just been lightheadedness. My body is not built for the heat.
Today, I'm leaving Tetouan behind and taking a bus into the mountains towards Chefchaouen. The road is winding and it tests my limits. I get so motion sick I couldn't hold it together. It's turning into one of my hardest travel days yet.
I just want to record this in a very honest manner because...
Hello, good afternoon. I am actually leaving Tetouan, going to a new destination not far from here in Chefchaouen, and that is known as the Blue City. I am walking to the bus station, supposedly, not far from where I was staying at. I'll be honest with you, I've been struggling slightly here in Morocco in terms of the weather. Even though I'm in the northern part of the country, the heat is getting me. I love this Tetouan as in an urban that has so much green, and you just feel like you're protected from the harsh sun. This town, right, is not probably as touristy as Tangier and often being skipped by many because they are going straight to the Blue City of Chefchaouen, where I'm going next. But because of that, I think the people are a lot more authentic in a way that it's so easy to just see what life is like in an urban city like this. So if you are taking a local bus, you can easily do that here. The yellow taxis are private taxis, whereas blue is often shared. So this is the Centro de Arte Moderno de Tetouan. Sounds very Spanish. I am going to take CTM bus, which is the most reliable bus provider in the country, because not only you can buy online, but also on the spot. Just going to enter it here. This is Tetouan CTM waiting area. I think I need to check in somehow because I've got a huge luggage. Good afternoon. Hello. I have a ticket and a luggage.
One luggage?
Yes, one luggage. 5 dirham. So this is my luggage for 5.5 weeks throughout North Africa. I was given this labeling ticket. The bus system with CTM is absolutely recommended because from this journey to Chefchaouen, which takes an hour and a half, I paid 50, which is around €5. I'm not sure if I'll be able to film the journey because I get motion sickness quite badly. So we'll see what I can film. So I've got my luggage over there. Yes, thank you. Okay. So the bus looks really fancy with that logo in CTM, and I think mine is number 35. The bus will take all of the luggage over there. So if you're paying slightly more for the luggage, it is handy. So this bus came from Tangier with a stop here in Tetouan and then moved further to Chefchaouen. So the bus left quite on time. So far it's been efficient, straightforward, and highly recommended. Still shaking. So I've arrived at
Chefchaouen, I've not been the healthiest. I think after being sick, and probably there's like flu hangover, so I've been having lightheadedness and just nauseous. But because I'm also not very good with motion sickness, the road to this town is very curvy because it's a mountainous town. And the problem with that is just I vomited, that my body reacted in a way that was unexpected. And I think when you travel alone and such thing happen in a bus, there's nothing that you can do, and sick were everywhere. In the seat, on the floor. And it was a very humiliating and vulnerable moment. So I called Dave just to be on the call on the phone, and I could sense my body tense up. And just anxiety attack hit me because I know what it is or what it looks like. It took such a long time until someone came to offer help, and such act of kindness and gentleness in this kind of very raw, lonely moment. Even though Dave was on the call, which definitely helped, has been the thing that saved me from just giving up. Yeah, not a very smooth journey. Yeah, it's not been easy, I don't think.
Made it to the accommodation that I'll be staying for the next 2 nights, and thank goodness that I'm spending a bit more money on myself because I really need to rest. I have showered, which always makes me feel like a human again, putting on skincare, makeup, and all of these things that are considered as self-care routine is important, especially when things happen like today with a rough travel days. The sun is about to set, I think, in a couple of hours. I am staying at an oasis, I'd say, because it's tucked behind all of those old houses in Chefchaouen. I'm paying 56 euros or some kind. I link the accommodation at the top of my description box. This is non-sponsored, but I thought of showing you around what this gorgeous accommodation looks like. So this is the entrance to the shared common area where you have got a gorgeous garden with background as there's rugged mountains. Oranges trees are here to sort of shelter you from the harsh sun. So this is sort of like a studio apartment. I have got 2 single bed for the night. So the shower room is quite unique because it looks a bit like a castle and you are entering straight to the room. I'm going to take you along to the rooftop. So over here you have got the rugged Rif Mountains behind you, whereas to your left you have got the old town. So I don't know if you can see, but I was told that these old towns have got 3 borders, which includes the mountain, the gate, and the river. And my first impressions of this town, as you can see behind me, it's quite photogenic because of the mountains as the background.
We've got this gorgeous street art, and I think the town itself feels already creative. And over here is where I'm crossing the river. So my luggage was definitely too big for this, and the cobblestone, as you can see, is not suitable for this type of travel. Apart from residents, I think a lot of the buildings, like to my right here, is just accommodation for tourists. Look at this adorable alleyway. It feels very Spanish. The Andalusian flair of this town is apparent. The photogenic building continues, and some of these have been switched and turned into souvenir shops. And over here is probably spot for photos, whereas next to it is a seller of fruits and veg. So I'm trying to get to this restaurant for dinner, El Cielo restaurant, and it seems to me that direction is taking me up the hill. A quick shout out to Human Ring if you've been seeing my gold ring. So I have been using this, and in all transparency, I was gifted this to track my health, my sleeping habit, my stress rhythm, my steps, and I think it's been so fundamental in telling me the data that I need to know when I sleep at night, and often whether I have got enough recovery. It simply indicates the stress level that I experience. So yeah, if you are interested in having one of these, the link will be on the description box with a specific code that I have for you for a 10% off. This is non-sponsored, by the way, but I quite like to give a shout out because it's been so helpful. So over here is probably where the restaurants are. I found it on Google Maps, and it looks to be an amazing option for dinner. What an amazing setting, look at that. The terrace looks fantastic, like my kind of place with so much greenery, and it's quaint, tucked away. I am ordering a beef tagine, which is probably not a tagine I'm used. Oh, hello, that's all right.
Hi.
Hello. What's your name, sorry?
My name is Saeed.
Saeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saeed was just telling me that beef tagine would probably
Take care of
something.
her, guys.
Would be something that
A lot of likes.
a lot of likes.
Yeah.
That's
Enjoy.
so sweet, thank you. Usually when you are eating at a Moroccan restaurant or local eateries, it comes with a bit of olives and fresh bread, and dip the bread in it. Gosh, the bread is so good. So the dip is something that goes well with bread. Oh wow. Ooh, what's that
This
called?
one is the zalouk.
Oh, that's zalouk.
This one is made from sweet pepper.
Sweet pepper, and that's
with
the
tomato.
aubergine.
Yeah.
My beef tagine has arrived, and it comes with quail eggs and I think a bit of plums over here, a bit of nuts.
which is non-traditional tagine, it looks like. So usually in the past, what I've had so far with tagine was meatballs or chicken, and this is the first time I'm actually trying beef. Sorry, that just hits me. It's so comforting. See you tomorrow.
I woke up realizing my body was telling me something important, that it was time to slow down. So I decided to leave the mountain town of Chefchaouen into the mountain village. Initially, I planned to jump straight into filming my experience at Farm Fin, a peaceful retreat further into the mountains. Paul, the owner, had invited me out there to capture what life is like on his farm stay. Today, Paul is coming to pick me up, and together we'll head deeper into the Rif Mountains.
I am with Paul, driving me around this very gorgeous part of Morocco, and this is actually an interesting journey because I am going to stay at Paul's farm stay. Paul is actually from London. So where we are right now is outside of Chefchaouen, which is the blue city that I've been staying at. And this village, wow, is stunning. So as you can see, we're heading to, what's the village called again?
Luba Al Fuk.
Luba Al Fuk. Wow. It's so funny, we got stuck by traffic. So you're practically stuck because, I mean, thank goodness I've got Paul here. You just have to be patient.
Yeah, patience.
Patient is key here.
Very important.
Oh gosh.
Massive traffic jam.
So we're hoping to drive up to the very top of a village. But as in Morocco, there's no straightforward journey.
As in life.
As in life.
There's no straightforward.
It teaches you to be patient and just enjoying that. So we're packing up to one of the locals,
Andy White.
just so that we have a bit of space for this truck to come down,
في واحد في واحد blue
and the other two
في واحد
cars.
Wadada. The new road is really important for the village, and we ran out of water last year, so because we've got 5 years of drought.
Wow.
And they've also put in a new water tank, or they're building a new water tank.
So where the funding are from to build
That's
this
government.
road?
That's
Wow.
government. Yeah.
So there is no foreign aid?
No. Yeah. Morocco's a middle-income country.
Wow.
It's not necessarily on anyone's priority.
Wow. I think to me, to think that people are working
In this
in this heat, it's impressive. Gosh.
So we're going over there. In a few months, all of this will be marijuana,
Oh wow.
because that's the main cash crop. In the planting season, for one strain of it, it's now. For the indigenous marijuana, it's now. and for the introduced stronger strains, it's in a couple of months when they take out the wheat, so there's wheat in the ground. That's what pays for kids to go to school, that's what pays when granny gets sick, that's what pays for sort of everything. So when you lose that,
They lose income.
then people...
Do they export it?
Yeah, I mean mostly it's exported, and so here a gram of hashish costs about 10 dirham.
Wow.
But in England it would be £7
Yes.
for the same gram.
Yes.
So someone, it's not the farmers,
So it's
someone's
not the
making an awful lot of money in
Yeah.
between.
Okay.
So part of the experience getting to this farm fin, which belongs to Paul, is the way to get there, because it's such a unique and authentic way to experience Morocco, I think. I love a bit of wilderness. It's like, it's quite funny, because even the road to get here, when we did a detour, was not a straightforward journey. And now, what I'm going to show you is the farm stay. I'm going to. The gorgeous farm fin. Wow. Look at this. 17 years in the making, from ideas to finalizing this.
So normally you'd come in from the village where we just were, which was all a bit more challenging than I'd expected. But you'd stop up there with your car, you park your car, and then there's like a 10-minute walk with a donkey that brings your bags in and brings you here. And it's a sort of...
Arrival in style, isn't it?
It's arrival in style, but it's, you see, when I was building it, people said build a road. And I didn't want a road because, as you might find later, you just have birds and things, right? And I didn't want trucks and things. So, which is fine now, but at the time, I had like 20 donkeys bringing all these rocks and things in for ages. But now, you come in by donkey, you leave the 21st century behind, and that's part of the transition into somewhere just a bit slower, a bit more traditional, a bit less stressful. So this is the Tetouan National Park. It's really beautiful. All of this behind there is National Park. There's beauty in there, and there's wild swimming and all sorts of things.
Farm Fin feels like stepping into a dream, a place where modern comforts and sustainability blend seamlessly. Nestled here among the stunning Rif Mountains and surrounded by lush gardens, each room is thoughtfully designed to offer peaceful space to slow down, rest, and reconnect with nature, offering freshly homemade Moroccan food. Instead of filming the farm stay like originally intended, I opted for much-needed rest in the presence of this natural beauty. If you would like to experience Farm Fin yourself, the booking link is in the description box below. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!